Imagine sitting down at a table.
Right.
You're starting, but you quickly realize you don't actually know the password to get your food.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is a stressful situation.
It really is. Like, for a second language learner, eating out at a restaurant isn't really a way to relax. It's more of a high-stakes, unwritten test.
It absolutely is. I mean, there are power dynamics, silent cultural rules, and this very rigid script you're just expected to follow.
Right.
And if you don't know the lines, what should be a fun evening out becomes, well, incredibly stressful.
Exactly. Which is why today's deep dive is so compelling for you listening. We are looking at this educational script that was built specifically to teach English language learners how to, survive a restaurant.
Right, survive being the key word there.
Yeah, and our mission today is to figure out how this source material takes this wildly intimidating social ritual and deconstructs it into a series of highly functional, very polite transactions.
Yeah, it essentially hands the learner a roadmap, guiding them from the exact moment they ask for a menu, all the way to the moment they pay the bill.
Looking through the guide, it really does read like a utilitarian survival manual. I mean, it gives you the precise phrases to get the job done, I would like the chicken, please.
Right, very direct.
But I have to ask, if we strip the whole dining experience down to pure utility like that, aren't we losing the actual cultural joy and spontaneity of eating out? It feels a bit robotic.
Well, sure. I mean, it looks robotic on the page, but in practice, that rigid structure actually unlocks the joy.
Wait, how so?
Think about the cognitive load of operating in a second language. Just trying to, form a sentence and be understood takes up all your mental RAM.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so by providing a predictable, rigid script, the guide actually removes the anxiety of the transaction entirely.
So once that baseline anxiety is gone, you actually have the mental space to, enjoy the food and talk to your company.
Precisely. And the guide doesn't keep them in that robotic state forever either. It introduces phrases like, "What do you recommend?"
Yeah.
Which is a crucial turning point. The learner is moving from a simple transaction to extending trust. They are actively building rapport with the staff.
That makes a lot of sense. But building that rapport isn't just about feeling good, right? It acts as a safety net for when things inevitably go wrong.
Oh, absolutely. The dreaded wrong order.
Yeah, exactly, like getting the wrong dish.
Yeah.
The guide actually uses these specific characters, Anna and Leo. And it's funny, Anna loves pasta and sushi, and Leo is this big pizza fan.
Right, I noticed that.
So when the wrong food arrives, the script has them practice saying, I'm sorry, I ordered the pasta, not the pizza.
Yes, and that is a perfect example of what we might call polite disruption.
Polite disruption.
Yeah, complaining in a foreign language is terrifying because you're essentially challenging the establishment.
Well, wait, let me just push back on that for a second. Why is the customer apologizing for the restaurant's mistake?
Oh, the I'm sorry part.
Yeah. I'm sorry you brought me the wrong food. Doesn't that just force the learner into a completely submissive posture?
It seems that way, but it's less about submission and more about, social lubrication.
Okay, unpack that a bit.
In English-speaking dining etiquette, there's a heavy cultural emphasis on indirectness. So, softening a complaint with, excuse me, or I'm sorry, it keeps the interaction non-confrontational.
I guess that's true.
It allows the learner to advocate for their needs, like getting the pasta instead of the pizza, without triggering a defensive response from the waiter.
That makes sense. You get what you want, but you keep the peace.
Exactly.
And that need for a really smooth interaction peaks at the very end of the meal when money gets involved. The guide dedicates so much time to role-playing the final transaction.
Yeah, asking for the check is a big deal.
Right. Learners practice asking, "Can I have the bill, please? And do you accept credit cards?" over and over again.
And that repetition isn't just busy work. From a neurological perspective, role-play moves language from declarative memory, like just knowing a vocabulary word, into procedural memory.
Oh, so like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Like practicing a golf swing so you don't have to overthink it when you're actually on the course.
Exactly. When the waiter is standing over you and the social pressure is on, your brain just doesn't have the time to sit there and conjugate verbs.
Yeah, you just need the words to come out.
Right. The role play ensures those specific functional phrases are totally automatic. It reduces cognitive friction at literally the most stressful point of the night.
So zooming out from this one specific restaurant guide, the broader takeaway for you listening is that mastering a new language isn't really about, memorizing vocabulary lists.
Not enough.
It's about learning the hidden codes of human interaction so you can confidently navigate the world.
You're learning how to handle the space between people. You're using politeness as a tool rather than just following some arbitrary grammatical rule.
Which leaves me with one final thought for you to ponder. Imagine an anthropologist hundreds of years from now, right?
Okay.
And all they have to study our culture are these basic language guides. What would they assume about our relationship with food?
That is a fascinating question.
Right. Does our heavy linguistic emphasis on apologies and politeness actually just mask the inherently transactional, totally commercial nature of paying for a meal?
Wow.
Something to chew on next time you ask for the check.